You wake up every day, but how many of those days are you actually awake? Most people move through life like shadows. Eyes open, hearts closed. Dreams buried under excuses. And yet, there's a voice inside you. The one that won't stay quiet. The one that says, there is more. You know it. You feel it every time you look in the mirror. That tension between the person you are and the person you could be. Let's be real. The gap isn't closed by luck. It's not closed by waiting for the right time. It's closed by courage, by action, by fire. The truth? Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't pause just because you're tired. You've been given a life, a chance, a body that can move, a mind that can think, a heart that can burn. What are you doing with it? Every excuse you've made, someone else had it harder and still rose above it. Every fear you've clung to, someone else carried that fear and still walked through it. So let me ask you, how long will you wait? How long will you stand in the doorway looking out at the life you could live, but never stepping into it? This is the moment. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. Your power lives in the present. Your chance to transform is here, is today. It's time to stop running from your reflection. It's time to meet the version of yourself that doesn't back down, that doesn't fold, that doesn't break. You already have the strength. You just haven't demanded it. You already have the fire. You just haven't fed it. So feed it. Fan the flames. Rise. This is your life. This is your shot. No one else can live it for you. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you, at full volume, at full strength, at full heart. So let's begin.
Struggle. That word makes most people flinch. We treat it like a curse, like something to avoid. But struggle is not the enemy. It's the proof you're in motion. It's the evidence you're climbing, not standing still. No one builds strength in comfort. No one becomes unshakable in ease. We're told to chase convenience, quick results, easy wins. But easy never transforms you. It only keeps you where you are. Growth comes when life presses down on you and you refuse to fold. The ground gets heavy. The path gets steep. Your chest burns. Your legs shake. And still, you take the next step. That's the process. That's the forging. Struggle isn't here to break you. It's here to introduce you to yourself. Because you don't find out who you are when everything is smooth. You find out in the storm. When it feels like you can't take another hit. When you're on the edge of quitting. That moment, that's the birthplace of a stronger you. And yes, you might fall. Yes, you might stumble. But falling doesn't mean you're done. It means you're human. And standing back up is what makes you unshakable. The mistake is thinking pain means stop. Pain means progress. It's the signal you're breaking limits, that you've stepped into territory most people never enter. But struggle only transforms you if you stay with it, if you keep showing up even when it hurts. Too many people turn away just before the breakthrough, just before the moment where persistence would have turned to power. Don't let that be you, not this time. Decide that when struggle presses on you, you will push back harder. You will not retreat. You will not surrender. Because when the storm passes, what's left is not weakness. What's left is resilience. Fire in your chest, steel in your spine. A version of you that no easy road could ever create.
At some point, you have to stop pointing fingers. Stop blaming the world, stop blaming your past, stop blaming everyone else for where you are. The truth is harsh, but it's also freeing. Your life is in your hands, not theirs, yours. Excuses feel safe. They protect you from guilt. They give you a story to tell, but they also chain you to the same place. As long as it's someone else's fault, you never have to change. And if you never change, you never rise. You can blame your childhood. You can blame the system. You can blame luck, timing, opportunity. And maybe you're right. Maybe life has been unfair. Maybe the deck has been stacked against you. But here's the question. Does blaming it change it? Does pointing at the world lift you out of the mud? Does waiting for fairness build the future you want? No. The moment everything changes is the moment you say, "It's on me." Not because it's all your fault, but because it's your fight, your life, your responsibility. That's the turning point. When you stop waiting for rescue and become your own rescue. When you stop hoping for a handout and start building with your own two hands. When you stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "Try me." That shift, that ownership, it's where real power lives. Because once you own it, you can change it. Once you claim it, you can shape it. But as long as you give away control, you give away your future. So ask yourself, where have you been pointing the finger? Where have you been waiting for someone else to fix it? Stop waiting. Start owning. This is your life, your choices, your habits, your victories, your failures, all of it. Own it all, and you'll find out you've been holding the keys the whole time. No more blame, no more excuses. From this point forward, everything is on you. And that's the greatest freedom you'll ever have.
Fear. That four-letter word that rules so many lives. It whispers in your ear. What if you fail? What if they laugh? What if you're not enough? And for most people, that whisper is enough to keep them stuck where they are. Frozen, silent, unmoved. But here's the truth about fear. It never leaves. You don't outgrow it. You don't escape it. You don't wait until you feel fearless. You move anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is fear harnessed. Courage is walking into the unknown with your heart pounding and your hands shaking and your mind screaming no and still taking the step. That's courage. And every time you choose courage over comfort, you get stronger. Not because the fear disappears, but because you stop letting it decide for you. Fear says, stay safe. Courage says, take the risk. Fear says, stay silent. Courage says, speak your truth. Fear says, wait until you're ready. Courage says, Go now. Think about how much of your life fear has already stolen. Opportunities you never grabbed, conversations you never had, dreams you never chased, all because fear convinced you to stand still. But fear isn't proof that you're weak. It's proof that you're human. And it's also proof you're on the edge of growth. Because the things that scare you most, they're usually the exact things you need to do. That business you want to start, that leap you want to take, that version of yourself you know is inside you, all of it waits just past fear. So here's the choice. Will you keep letting fear own your life? Or will you walk through it? And understand this, the fear will scream, it will fight back. But when you step forward anyway, fear loses its grip. You don't eliminate it, you dominate it. That's how courage is built. So the next time fear rises up, don't wait for it to vanish. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Step. Even if your voice shakes, even if your legs tremble, even if your mind doubts, step. Because the person who acts through fear becomes unstoppable. The person who chooses courage unlocks a life most will never touch. Fear is loud, but courage is louder if you let it speak through you. And once you taste that courage, once you step into it again and again, you realize something powerful. Fear was never the prison. You were, and you've had the key the whole time. So turn it, open the door, and walk into the life waiting for you.
Everyone wants success. Everyone wants to rise. Everyone wants the dream. But not everyone is willing to pay the price. Because greatness always demands sacrifice. And that word, sacrifice, it's the dividing line. It means giving up comfort for growth, trading easy pleasures for lasting purpose, choosing the long road when shortcuts scream your name. Sacrifice is not glamorous. It doesn't post well on social media. It doesn't come with instant applause. It's the quiet hours no one sees. It's the battles fought in silence. And if you're not willing to give something up, you'll never hold something greater. The truth is simple. You can't have it all. Not if you want to rise. You can't cling to excuses and reach your potential. You can't hold comfort and growth in the same hand. You will have to choose. The stronger version of you, the one you dream about becoming, that person demands a price. Maybe it's hours of work while others sleep. Maybe it's discipline when others indulge. Maybe it's walking alone while others stay together. But here's the beauty of sacrifice. It compounds. Every small decision to let go of comfort becomes an investment in who you're becoming. Every act of sacrifice lays another brick in your foundation. And paired with consistency, that foundation becomes unshakable. Because consistency is the twin of sacrifice. One without the other collapses. Sacrifice is giving up what you want now. Consistency is repeating that choice tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Anyone can sacrifice once. Few can do it daily. That's why few are great. Consistency is not exciting. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's the slow grind of repetition, the daily showing up, the unbroken chain of effort. And here's what most people miss. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. You'll slip, you'll stumble, but consistency means you don't stay down. You reset, you return, you keep showing up. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. Not in one giant leap, but in thousands of steady steps. Sacrifice fuels the climb. Consistency keeps you moving when the mountain feels endless. And one day, when you look back, when you see how far you've come, you'll realize something powerful. It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It wasn't magic. It was the sacrifices you made and the consistency that kept you going. That's the blueprint. That's the formula. Sacrifice and consistency. Without them, the dream stays a dream. With them, it becomes reality.
You can work hard. You can grind every day. You can push your body, your mind, your spirit to the edge. But if you don't know why you're doing it, eventually you'll break. Purpose is the fuel. Vision is the map. Without them, effort feels empty. Without them, the journey feels endless. That's why so many people quit. It's not because they're weak. It's because they've been climbing without a summit, running without a finish line. You need something greater than yourself, something that makes the pain worth it, something that makes the struggle meaningful. So ask yourself, what do you want your life to stand for? Not the shallow version, not the surface level answers, the real truth. What legacy do you want to leave behind? What story do you want your children, your friends, your world to tell when they speak your name? That's purpose. That's vision. And it doesn't come from looking at what everyone else is doing. It doesn't come from copying the trends of the moment. It comes from silence, from digging deep, from facing yourself honestly and asking, what burns inside me that I cannot ignore? When you find that, it becomes your compass. It becomes the thing that pulls you out of bed when every part of you wants to stay down. Because when you know your why, you can endure almost anyhow. Vision keeps you steady when the world shakes. Purpose keeps you moving when the ground crumbles. Without it, discipline feels like prison. With it, discipline feels like freedom. Without it, sacrifice feels like loss. With it, sacrifice feels like investment. Purpose changes everything. And here's the truth. Your vision doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to change the entire world. It just has to matter deeply to you. Maybe your vision is building a better life for your family. Maybe it's breaking cycles that held generations before you. Maybe it's proving to yourself that you were always capable of more. Whatever it is, own it, protect it, fight for it. Because when you lose sight of your vision, you lose your power. But when you live in alignment with it, you become unstoppable. So don't just ask, what do I want? Ask, why do I want it? Don't just ask, what can I get? Ask, who can I become? That's the shift. That's the anchor. Vision and purpose. The fire in your chest. The light on the horizon. Hold on to them, and they'll carry you through any darkness.
There comes a moment when comfort becomes the most dangerous thing in your life. Because comfort whispers, "This is good enough. Why push harder? Why reach higher?" And the moment you start listening, the moment you start settling, that's the moment you stop growing. Settling is slow death. It's the quiet erosion of your potential. It's living beneath your own power. You were not born to settle. You were not built to just get by. You were designed to rise, to stretch, to expand beyond every limit placed on you. But settling feels safe. It feels easy. It feels like relief. And yet, it's the greatest trap. Because while you sit in safety, your dreams rot in the corner. Your fire burns out. Your spirit grows restless. Think about it. How many people you know once had a dream, once had a fire, once had ambition, but they chose the easy route. They settled. Now they walk through life half awake. And every now and then, when silence creeps in, they feel it, that ache inside, that knowing that they left something behind. Don't let that be your story. You are capable of more than you can see right now, more than the world has told you, more than your doubts will admit. But you'll never touch it if you keep accepting good enough. Good enough is the enemy of greatness, and greatness only belongs to the ones who demand more. Demand more from yourself, from your body, from your mind, from your heart. Push the standard higher, and when you reach it, raise it again. Because the moment you stop chasing growth, you start shrinking. There is no standing still. You're either rising or you're fading. And the ones who refuse to settle, they're the ones who rewrite the rules. They're the ones who shock the world. They're the ones who look back one day and say, "I gave it everything." So, choose now. Will you be another name lost in the crowd? Or will you be the one who breaks through? The one who never lowered the bar? The one who never let fear, comfort, or excuses hold them down? The one who demanded more, always? Because when you live that way, you don't just survive. You expand. You inspire. You awaken others. Never settle. Not in your goals, not in your effort, not in the life you're building. Raise the standard. Keep climbing. Keep pushing. Keep rising. Because the second you decide enough is enough, that's when your story truly begins.
This is it. The moment you stop waiting, the moment you stop wishing, the moment you decide. For too long, you've carried limits that weren't yours. For too long, you've listened to fear. For too long, you've played small. That ends now. This is your life, your fight, your battlefield. No one is going to hand you greatness. No one is going to deliver purpose to your doorstep. You've got to claim it. You've got to bleed for it. You got to rise for it. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, there will be days you question if it's worth it. But hear me, it is. Because what's the alternative? A life half-lived? A story unfinished? A soul that always wonders what could have been? No! You were not put here to waste away in mediocrity. You were not put here to settle, to shrink, to vanish quietly. You were put here to fight, to burn, to rise. So rise. Rise when it's dark. Rise when it's heavy. Rise when no one believes in you. Rise when even you doubt yourself. Rise anyway. Every step forward is a victory. Every breath in the fight is proof you are alive. And as long as you are alive, there is more inside you to give. So give it, all of it. Empty yourself into this life. Hold nothing back. Chase the vision until your legs give out. Carry the fire until your last breath. Because one day, the clock will stop. One day, the fight will be over. And when that day comes, you won't fear it if you've given everything. You'll meet the end with pride. You'll stand before the world, before yourself, and know you lived fully. You rose every time you fell. You burned with purpose. That is victory. That is greatness. That is a life. So this is the call, your call. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop holding back. Step forward, stand tall, fight with everything you've got. The world doesn't need another shadow. It needs you at your strongest, your boldest, your most alive. So rise, warrior. Rise, builder. Rise, dreamer. The time is now. The fight is here. And you are ready. Now go and live it.